I am your host, Hussle Simmons, aka Young Hirsch, aka Hunter Hirsch, aka your baby mama's favorite daddy, aka I might start preaching on the podcast, aka the dude on the two with the news you could lose. And this is episode 15. Yes, yes. Give us a round of applause for reaching episode 15. And give y'all a round of applause to yourselves too, man, for being the best guest on the entire YouTube. Now, if you was here last episode, man, I briefly spoke on my sobriety journey, and we gonna do a little update. Matter of fact, we're gonna do weekly updates. We on week two. Week two, I say this, it was a lot better, a lot easier, a lot smoother than week one, man. Week two, we doing a whole lot better, a whole lot smoother. And I will say, I am honestly feeling the effects, the positive effects. Not gonna lie, the withdrawals was serious. You gotta think, a lot of people have a lot of issues rather with, you know, one or two, you know what I'm saying, substances or addiction or thing, whatever they thing was. Me, I stopped smoking. What we stopped the vapes, we stopped the actual weed, and we also stopped. What else we stopped? Shout out Randy. We also stopped the main one, the liquor. I will say I asked my son. Quick story. I asked my son. I said, "Hey, so which dad do you like more? The daddy that was drinking and smoking, or the daddy that don't drink and smoke? What y'all think?" He said, "For sure." He said the daddy that don't. I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, because you're a lot nicer." I said, "A lot nicer." But nah, I mean, I respected it though, because I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think it be me. It just be high strong. You know how it be. That liquor be having you high strong. And when you can't get it, or you want, or you whatever the case may be, it just be having you on 10. So I'm glad to report to y'all that according to my son, you know what I'm saying, he say, I don't be on 10 like that no more. Now I gotta ask my daughters and see what they think this weekend. I'll let y'all know what they say next weekend. But as of right now, all is well, you know what I mean? Before we get into this episode, man, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Nationwide Sound Radio, where you can catch us each and every Tuesday, man, with the live broadcasting of our podcast on Nationwide Sound Radio. Shout out to the best CEO in the game, my boy Brandon. And let's give another big shout out to our big sponsor that show major love, Ticketmasters. That's right. Ticketmasters is the only place you need to be getting your tickets for the biggest concerts, comedy events, sporting events, you name it. If they got a ticket to it, Ticketmasters is where you need to go to get your tickets. You dig? Now that we got that out the way, let's get back into this little sobriety thing. If you had what up, Morgan? If you had one thing that you could break, a habit, what would it be? Leave it in the chat. If you had one, whether it be personal or maybe generational, one thing that you could break, shout out Tiny too. If it's one thing that you could break, one generational curse or one just bad habit, what would it be? Mine, I did a trifecta. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking cigarettes. Well, I never smoked cigarettes. Blacks, vapes, and weed. And it was more like it was almost a do it. It was definitely do or die. You know what I'm saying, as far as relationships and just business things. And my thing was this: there's no way that you can start anything positive if you can't stop anything negative. So before I can even get into some of the positive things and some of the more upward bound things that I was trying to do, I had to identify with a lot of things that I felt were a hindrance to me. And I will say, since I have stopped, I can definitely tell the difference. From the breath control to just the energy level to my interaction with the kids. I don't wake up sluggish in the morning. I can go to bed a lot easier. Because you know how when you be smoking, it feel like you got to, especially with the smoke. I don't know about y'all, but I was one of those smokers that had to smoke to do everything. Like, it's time to eat. Let me smoke first. Gotta play the game. Let me smoke first. It helped me focus better. Time to pod. Let me have a drink. Let me smoke something. And what I realize is we get so caught up in the habit of doing those things to where it becomes a part of just our whole rollout. Like I don't think I needed to smoke for real to do no pod or to go live and chop it up with my people. That's like me saying I gotta go kick it with my son, my daughter, or go help them with their homework. Now let me go smoke first. It's like, come on, bro. It gets to the point to where it just becomes like outlandish, the things that, especially for me, I'm just speaking for myself here, that I used to have to smoke before doing. I might be finna go, you know what I mean, with my yarn, I mean. And be like, let me go take a shot first. Like, why you gotta take a shot before you go yarn, I mean, with your yarn, I mean? That don't even make no sense, right? But nah, let me know, man. What is some things that if you could break the generational curse or just a personal bad habit, what would it be? Leave it in the chat, man. I definitely want to know. Cause that's definitely something that I'm on. And like I say, I'm gonna be giving y'all weekly updates every week on the journey. How it's going, how it's coming. I'm gonna keep it real too. If any shortcomings starting this week, any shortcomings, any relapse, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna keep it real. If I end up falling weak, I'm gonna let y'all know. If I end up, you know what I mean, I'm gonna let y'all know. But appreciate the support from everybody too, man. All the inboxes and messages and DMs I got, just championing the movement. I dang sure appreciate that. So with that being said, man, let's get into some of this news. What we gonna start with? Let's start with the Kendrick and SZA tour. Now I told myself I was gonna catch the tour, and I'm kind of hot that I didn't even know the tour had started. So I definitely think I missed the Atlanta tour. I'm gonna try to catch the dates, but summertime is the time for tours. A lot of tours, concerts, so forth and so on. So, what tours are y'all looking forward to? I'm still trying to catch the SZA and Kendrick tour. Shout out to them too, man, because they did what? I think 3 sold out shows at the SoFi Stadium. And if you don't know the difference between performances and performing, there is a big tier difference in club dates, arenas, and stadiums. Let me just give you an example. Your local or regional rapper artist may do local club dates, right? Cool. Then you have the Little Babies, the Jeezys, the Gucci's, the Lottos, the Sexy Reds. They're doing arenas, okay? When we talk stadiums, people, we talking Beyonce. We talking Kendrick Lamar. We talking SZA, Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, Usher even. Stadiums is like football field, soccer field type action. You dig what I'm saying? So for them to sell out 3 nights in a row at the same spot. Now, granted, California is big, and California can do it always on its own. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Kendrick and they did it at home. That's another thing. You know how hard it is to get the hometown to support the hometown heroes. Shout out Bird. What's going on with you, mama? For the hometown to support they artists like that, that's huge. So shout out to them. In other California news, has anybody seen the top 100 artists from California list, the complex list? Because there was a lot of kickback and blowback from the list. I think the Game had the biggest to say. And you know what? The Game, I'm not gonna lie, chat. The Game always got something to say. It's like if y'all the Game gonna have something to say whether he's on the list or not on the list. You dig what I'm saying? Like the Game gonna have something to say whether they salute him or not. Now, the list. Let me see if I can find it. Because the list to me, and you know, I'm a down south podcast. Although from the East Coast, probably whipping the East Coast. But the game to me kind of had a point with this one. I want to see if I can find the list, complex list. Let me see if I can find the list because to me, the list was cool, but it was kind of bogus too because a lot of people were on there that probably shouldn't have been on that. Salute to my boy Jeff. What it do, Jeff? A lot of people was on the list that I don't think should have been on the list. Let me see. Hottest rappers. Should I put West Coast? Yeah, do West Coast. They was putting rappers on the list, and some of them was not even from. I don't want the best rap songs. See, right now I can't even find nothing but the game responding to it. Okay, greatest. See, these West Coast songs. Let me see if I can find the list. But the game was responding because I think he was on the list, but I don't think he liked his position on the list. And that's the thing. Like, I never really was the one to get too caught up in the. Okay, top 50. We can. When is this? Okay, yeah, we can ride with this. We can rock with this. Let me see. Can we find the list? Let's see. Okay, boom. We're gonna just go through a couple of these. All right. So right now, let me say this. I'm not one of them people get caught up in lists and all that. You know what I'm saying? If y'all in here, man, please tap that like button for me. Hit the screen. Hit the screen. Hit the screen. And that's just anything. They had a podcast content creator list in my city recently, and I did not make the list. It wasn't even on the list. It was like the top 3 or top 4 guys. And you know what I'm saying? I say this for the criteria of the list. Me personally, I didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? I do a different type of journalism, different type of podcast, a different type of content. So that really wasn't my list in the first place, you know. But salute to those guys. And I feel like that about anything because a list is just, especially when it comes from a particular person. It wasn't like a board or a panel. It was, you know what I mean? Like, whoever was over that list, I wouldn't let that determine how I feel about myself, my craft, or what I got going on. You can't judge my motion, or you can't evoke my emotion by not giving my motion the notion from you. If you don't like what I'm doing, baby, hey, this is a World Wide Web, baby. Find somebody else that you do like. But I ain't gonna let that interfere with what I got going on. You dig what I'm saying? But the game was hot. The game was PO'd off the T.O.P. But I get it. I get it. I used to be like that. But you got to pray for game. You need to pray for peace. Game, you need game. The game needs to pray for peace and being content. Cause who cares if you don't make the list? Like, who cares if Blueface was number 50? Who they got? They got Blueface 50. Like, they got Blue, don't know him. You know what I'm saying? 49. Who else they got? G Perico. Shout out G Perico. I rock with G Perico. He number 48. Who else they got on the list? Let me see. Jeezy. Now, see, I think Jeezy could have been a lot lower in the list. When I say that, because we started from top to bottom. I think G Perico could have been lower. G Perico was 47. Crooked Eye 46. That's crazy. Now, they talk about relevancy and what he's done in recent, yeah. But Crooked Eye was part of Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse was Joel Ortiz, Royce da 5'9", Crooked Eye, and Joe Budden. Come on. Signed by Eminem. How? But once again, that's one man's list is another man's toilet paper. Evidence 45, don't know who that is, but salute to him. Everlast, see, don't know. These look like some, yeah, see, you can tell these is California rappers because they looking crazy. The more the list go on. Absol 43, that's crazy. Dang, Absol, hey, they got Absol looking crazy on this. On his lips looking St. Paul's. He needs some of Khalil Carmack's. I'm not going to even lie to you, Absol. Your lips looking crazy right now. Your lips look like a turtle shell on your face. That's insane. You need to get that together, Absol. Oh, speaking, and we're gonna tap back on Absol too. Will I Am being number 42 on the list? See, that's the kind of thing that would outrage me as just a hip hop cultural journalist. Because Will I Am 42? Like I say, what is the criteria for this list? That's what we would have to know before we even got into the nitty gritty of it all. Because Will I Am, Black Eyed Peas alone, his production alone, putting out Fergie. I mean, come on. So, as a producer, a member of the Black Eyed Peas, and the person that, you know what I'm saying, gave us Fergie. Shout out to Fergie, too. That was one of my little industry crushes back in the day. Will I Am being 42 is diabolical. We're going to skim through these. Lady of Rage, 41. See, I don't know. Oh, okay. This is of all time. Okay. Lady of Rage looking like the cafeteria lunch lady too that scoop the mashed potatoes on your plate hard as hell. She 41. Coolio, RP Coolio, he at 40. Okay. Let's just skim through some of these. Let's get to the y'all can go and check out the list on Complex. We're gonna go Dub C 34 is crazy. Okay, let's Yo 31, 03 Greedo 30, J Rock 29. Okay. Rowdy Rich 28. You know what? Let's just skip to the top 10 because there's so many. We're not gonna go through all 50. Hold on, what they had Schoolboy Q at? They had Q at 17. Okay, I'll take that. Q at 17. That's top 20. I give him that. They had YG at 15. Okay, we can do Exhibit 14, Corrupt 13, MC8 12. Okay. The Game number 11. Okay, now see, Game, I want to figure out what you mad at. And I'm gonna see. This is where it gets interesting. We about to see what the Game is mad at because Game, they got you at number 11, baby boy. I mean, number 11 ain't bad, but because you beat out some legends, and then Game is a legend too. But Game, you got a little smut in your name too, from the male stripper thing to the going on the dating show, the change of heart, and Shorty changed the heart on you, to the tongue ring thing. It was a lot of little things, Game, that you had on your name that kind of probably tainted the other image. But this top 10 gonna let us know why Game was so upset. Because I could see, I don't think Game was upset about making the list. I think Game was upset more so about his positioning. Now let's see who made the top 10 all-time West Coast artist list. Let's go. Number 10. Who we got? Nipsey. Okay, well, no complaints there. And I think Nipsey only number 10 because a lot of his works were mixtapes, classified as mixtapes. And his first official album was what? Victory Lap. Like major studio album. Everything else would be considered like a mixtape or independent project. So I understand that. R.I.P. Nip the Great, man. And honestly, Nip people, if Black Sam and Laura London and just the whole West Coast wasn't in the uproar over Nip being number 10, I don't see why Game is tripping about being number 11, honestly. I mean, you right there in good company. You kind of like the sixth man coming off the bench. Like, I don't, like, what's the problem? Like, what you so upset about? Like, we got to talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Easy E number 9. Okay, so we got Nip 10, Easy E number 9. And we got, let's keep it real. Easy E had a solo thing. Then he had NWA. Then he brought us Bone Thugs. You know what I mean? And then Eazy-E might be responsible for giving us the most infamous one-hit wonder artist ever. Because what happened to Tasha? Remember, we got Lazy and Crazy. What happened to Tasha, man? We got one good hook from Tasha. Tasha never had. And you know what's so crazy? I think they said Tasha was just walking by the studio. I think they was trying to knock Tasha down for real. Came in the studio, put her in the booth, and then boom, Tasha had the angelic voice and made the Thuggish Ruggish Bone hook. I don't even think they even brought her in the studio for that. Look at God. So right now we got 10 Nipsey Hussle, 9 Eazy-E, 8 we got Be Real, Cypress Hill. I mean, come on, bro. That go without saying. Cypress Hill was probably one of Cypress Hill was out when the Beastie Boys was popping. Cypress Hill, if you know anything about hip hop, Cypress Hill was like the West Coast Beastie Boys, but gangster. Real deal gangsters. But West Coast gangsters. West Coast white boy woke gangsters, if that makes sense to y'all. But I definitely rock with them. 7 Ice-T. Now, I probably switch out. I ain't gonna lie. I probably switch out game for Ice-T though. I ain't gonna hold you. Ice-T being number 7 alone probably would have pissed me off too, game. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Who? DJ Quick? Okay, legend. Get it. Big blood in the building. 5. Okay, Tyler the Creator. I can see that. Lyrically, Absol, Kendrick, Tyler the Creator. It's a couple other. But Tyler the Creator is probably one of the most lyrical West Coast rappers of this. I don't even want to say generation. I say probably of all times for sure. Tyler the Creator is so lyrical that people don't even classify him as a West Coast artist. And maybe because he does things with the fashion, the comedy. Remember, Tyler the Creator had Jeff say Tupac, Dre, Snoop, Ice Cube, and Too Short. Well, they definitely on the list. I haven't seen none of them on the list yet. And I think this LA, but it's a couple people on here that wasn't from LA though. But yeah, I agree with that list too. Is that your top 5, Jeff? Oh, boom. We got Dr. Dre, number 4. And that go without saying. Come on, Dre. I mean, from NWA to Death Row to Aftermath, that go without saying. Honestly, I don't know. I gotta see what the top 3 is because, I mean, he gave us Snoop, Tupac. Man, sold over 44 million records. And I think that had to be with just Death Row alone or his own. Because if you get into the game, 50 Cent and Eminem, if he sold 44 million of his own, he well over 100 million. I think Eminem went diamond twice. 50 Cent went diamond and the game went 5. So, I mean, we looking at almost, clear. He well over 100 million. So, if we talking about his commercial projects and what he produced, executive produced, put his hands on, yeah, for sure. So, Dre number 4. And, another episode, we probably break this down on a live stream so we can break down this list. But we're going to have to breeze through it because this ain't about an hour episode. And we almost halfway through. Time frame wise, Ice Cube number 3. Okay, Jeff, you 2 for 2 right now. Cube number 3, and Cube same thing. NWA, Solo, West Side Connection. Then he went to the movies, acting. Then he started his own. He gave us classics like Friday, Are We There Yet? Barbershop, facts. So yeah, I can see that. Number 2, who we got number 2? Snoop number 2. Jeff, your list is pinging on all cylinders. Snoop, come on. Snoop is over 14 million records sold. That's crazy. And that's just in the United States. Now these are also global artists. Let me see what it said. 45 songs charted in the Billboard Top 100 with 3 reaching number 1, 30 albums charted, and 3 peaked at number 1. That's crazy. Snoop is probably the most famous rapper of all time. Most marketable, most famous rapper of all time. I would definitely have to get at the Snoop. I'm not gonna even hold y'all. And if you got anything to say about that, just debate me later. I mean, but not right now. Number one. Who was number one? Number one is Kendrick Lamar. The man just single-handedly took down Drake. The man performed at the Super Bowl. This Drake. His diss song, They Not Like Us, was probably the biggest, not only diss song, but probably one of the biggest, most streamed songs that we've heard in the past 10 years, besides Wiz Khalifa, See You Again. And that was a like memorial song. And if you think about it, Not Like Us is like a memorial song too, because we ain't heard nothing from Drake since then, for real. We had that Nokia song. That wasn't enough, Drake. That wasn't enough, Drake. But Kendrick Lamar being number one on the list, I have no problem with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Y'all let me know what y'all think though. We can do a deep dive into that list later, but right now that is the list. And I have no quarrel with that list, chat. Let me know what y'all think though. Now, a lot of people were saying Tupac not on the list. Why they ain't put Tupac on the list? Well, Tupac isn't from LA and he isn't from the West Coast. Tupac's from like New York or Baltimore or something like that. He's from the East Coast though. Tupac moved to, and if you've seen the movie, you've seen it. Tupac moved to the West Coast when he was like a teenager, then they're like out of high school. Now, when Pac was alive, you couldn't tell Pac. You know, I think Pac made the throwing it up very, very, very much so commercial and famous. And when he got out there with Suge and them, you couldn't tell him he wasn't a pyro. You couldn't tell him he wasn't gang banging. I think him trying to push that gang banging line is probably what led to his demise as well. Cause he was out there banging like he had been part of the gang his whole entire life. And that might have been part of the problem. To your boy. He came to us, so he's West Coast. I mean, in that case, okay, like Exhibit family. So I guess it's kind of hard to, I don't know, that's a slippery slope. Like, you know, that's selective politicking. Because for Pac to be as big as he was, the legend he is, would y'all consider Pac an East Coast artist or a West Coast artist? To me, West Coast, for sure. Like Pac to me, was a West Coast artist. Even though he started with the Digital Underground and all that, Shock G and all that, like, I feel like, you know, Brenda Got a Baby, Keep Your Head Up, all those songs were like songs he did when he was still over here. He didn't really get to the West Coast, and he was grown, as a matter of fact. Like when Suge came and got him out of jail and he did the Above the Rim soundtrack and all that, he was grown. He was a grown ass man. He was in jail. And then he only did what, 2 albums, 3 albums? 2 alive. Really 3, because 1 was a double disc. 3 albums out there. A lot of people would accredit him to being a West Coast artist, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if I consider Tupac a West Coast artist. Now, West Coast representative, West Coast transplant, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but a West Coast artist, I don't know about that. Tony, what it do, home? What you think, Tony? Was Tupac a West Coast artist or no? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, man. And do it count? Like, do it count if you not really, like, born and raised? Because a lot of people don't really, New York don't claim Tupac because, well, is that because Tupac didn't claim New York? Because Pac really wasn't repping. And then when he did get into all that trouble and all that, it's like the New York kind of left him high and dry. New York left him high and dry too, though. Ain't nobody from New York come get him out. Puffy ain't come get him out. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Bad Boy ain't come get him out. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And didn't no president pardon him. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Oh, but since we on pardons though, let's talk about the pardons. But before, hey, let me know what y'all think about that list. Let me know what y'all think about Pac not making the list. Pac was not on the list. Who else didn't make the list? I don't think we saw Exhibit on the list. I don't think we saw. There's a couple people who ain't seen the list. But Pac not making the list, I don't know how y'all think. How y'all feel about that? Because I think for what Pac did for the West Coast, he should have made the list. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. Let's talk about it. Who was president when Tupac was alive? Was it Bush? Who was the president? I don't know who it was. But you know how Clinton, it was Clinton. Clinton was president when Pac was alive? Okay. They stabbed him in New York. They stabbed him in New York and they shot him in New York. Remember? Yeah, they stabbed the man, shot him in New York. Yep. They definitely did that. The New York niggas set him up. Let's start there. I see why he don't claim. I wouldn't claim New York either. If y'all shot me, stabbed me, and I caught that SA case in New York, you know what? Damn New York too. I'm with you, Pop. We ain't rocking with New York either. I see why he ain't claiming. Y'all wouldn't claim New York either. No, New York, I'm out of here. I'm getting on the plane with Suge Knight too. And I'm throwing up the W's too. If I'm Pop. Clinton was the president. Well, maybe I would have remembered that if Clinton would have been the type of president Donald Trump is. Because I don't know what Donald Trump trying to pull off, but I think he's accomplishing his mission. Because if Donald Trump presidential campaign wasn't the most, you would have thought Donald Trump was dropping a gangster grill with the rollout his presidential campaign had. Think about it. Donald Trump came out dissing the other candidates. He had ops. They tried to slide on him twice. Then they circled the block. He had 2 assassination attempts. The last time they tried to get him out of there, he had his homies come and rush the spot. They say he stole the election, finessed the election the first time. Second time, he came straight Bogart, like on some gangster. That's what you looking at. Gangsterlicious type. You feel me? He beat old girl by a landslide. I don't even remember her name. What was her name? Kamala Harris. He beat her by a landslide. That's the first time that I went to sleep before I already knew who the president was going to be. First couple of hours of them counting the ballots. It wasn't even close, bruh. Y'all ever seen Space Jams? Y'all seen Space Jams when they first lost their powers? The first time they played the Monstars? Or the first half? That's what the presidential election looked like this year. It looked like the Monstars versus the NBA players without their juice. They say Donald Trump trying to make it to where you can run for a third term. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. If that's the case, he is laying the bricks and foundations to win by a landslide again. Now, he ain't give us no stimulus this time. Not yet. But I think he might be setting up for that too with all these tax cuts and breaks and all this stuff he doing. I'm not going to lie. He might be setting up to cut that check. And he ain't even got, because last time he cut 2 checks. I ain't get the first one. Child support took the first one. I ain't going to lie. I got the other one though. That 14, got that. It don't even got to be the whole 14. You can give me $12.50 this time. Give me $10.5. Like, geez, give me Mr. $10.5, man. Give me 1,000. Let me wake up in the morning and be 1,000. I'm voting for Trump again. I'm writing his name on there. Trump going so hard. Trump going so hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the little blank spot. Trump might win by just the write-ins. The little on the blank spot to fill in the blanks. Because Trump going so hard to get the people. But it's kind of tricky, though. Because he did the same thing with the Hispanic people, and he got them up out of here. So you got to watch Trump, because he a Gemini. Yeah, he a little flaky. Not gonna lie, Trump a little flaky. But right now, he is doing exactly what he needs to do. He covering all dynamics. And a lot of y'all was confused about the Larry Hoover and the NBA YoungBoy thing. I was too. If you listen to my last episode, I said some things that I had to go back and research because I said he pardoned Larry Hoover. Now, he did pardon Larry Hoover on the federal level. And that was enough to get us in uproar and get us excited. But you got to do your homework. Shout out to J Main. Get your number 2 pencils and your college rule paper and do your homework. Because just because he pardoned him on a federal level, my man's still facing 200 years state time. Now, with that being said, if you can get that Fed off your back, you can do some appeals. You can probably do some programs. I mean, he done already been in jail 77 years. So he already did half his time. He been in jail about 100 years already. And they were saying something about he's too powerful. I mean, Larry Hoover, I feel like whatever he wanted to do, if he wanted to do anything, he still could do what he wanted to do. He got a son out here that's alive and well and thriving. Instagram going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that Larry Hoover, at his age, and all he would have to risk, would get out and then just turn back to that. That's one. Two, y'all notice that all the OGs, like the real OGs that get out, quickly realize it ain't like when you went in before. See, that would be Larry Hoover's biggest mistake. To get out of jail and get back on the streets and think it was like the 70s when he went in. Because, see, they got something now that they ain't have then. See, then they had OGs, BDs, GDs, YGs, and all that. Well, see, they got something now that done evolved in time that's killing all that, literally. Now they got YNs. Yeah. And see, these YNs out here living like a real life game of Fortnite or Call of Duty. With no resurgence. You see, the thing is, you can't come back. Your homie can't slide to the little buy station and buy your back. You can't find the little van and with the little card and buy your man's back. You can't put another quarter in the machine and get another credit. No, see, that's where my man messed up in New York. Who that was? That Rico from Paid in Full. Who was that got out, man? Who was that? Tony, somebody help me in the chat. Who that was that got out and got smacked? Rich Porter? Was it Rich Porter? Yeah, I think it was Rich Porter that got out and got smacked. Look at Big Meech. Big Meech out here in the velour Gucci suits. Still. He's still wearing the Gucci print velour suits. Like, who letting him come out the house like that? That's all I'm trying to ask y'all. And you can tell that him and Lil Meech ain't on the same page because even Lil Meech ain't told him he out of pocket. He out here wearing the G-Unit tank tops. I'm trying to figure out why ain't nobody, like, who is he talking to? Shout out to Big Meech, he been out, and I know he got his teeth fixed and all that, but it's looking like it's looking like you got all. It look like his closet is full of all the clothes that he had before he got locked up, and he just happy and surprised that he can still fit them. It don't really work out too good for the OGs when they get out here in this 2025 world. It's like they still be stuck in the time capsule. And the worst thing that they could do, which I think I pray Larry Hoover is smarter than this, is to think that things are the way they were, or you still have the same type of influence and power structure that you had. Like, these YNs changed the game. I'm sorry to tell y'all. Like, the YNs done changed the game to the point to where the streets ain't even fun no more. And I know y'all like, what? Streets fun. Yes, at one point in time, the streets used to be fun. It used to be fun to be outside. It used to be fun to, like, to a certain degree. To a certain degree. Now, the beefing, no. Like the negative side, like the robbing, the killing, the shootouts, the fights. No. But even with that, you could kind of navigate through that and navigate around that if you was a certain type of guy. Nowadays, you can't. The YNs done changed the game. The YNs is purging, man. They playing the game like 2K when you cut all the fouls and all and out of bounds off, man. Anything and everything go. So part of me do want Larry Hoover to get out just so he could just see. Like, I would love for him to be able to use AI. Or for him to be able to ask Siri a question. Just even, I don't think they had the internet. No, I know they didn't have the internet when Larry Hoover went down. Shout out to Tony in the chat too, man. Hey, Tony, we talked about that top 50 West Coast artists of all time list. I wish you would have been in here for that, man. That was crazy. We might have to do another episode later on, a live stream where we can just really interact while I'm not really recording, because I want to get y'all feedback on that list, because that list was crazy. But yeah, I want Larry Hoover to get out just so he can experience life now. But I also kind of feel a little I'm fearful though. I'm fearful for him. Because the young guys out here now, man, they don't care, bro. And it's like, I don't even think they will even respect or champion him like we would think. It's some little young, it's a King Von out here somewhere ready to do something to get stripes. Yeah, I hate you missed it too, because you are West Coast represent. You are West Coast correspondent. You know what I'm saying? But I might go live again tonight, man, and just break down some of these topics too. But I for sure feel like it's a young guy out here, a YN out here somewhere with no respect, with no morals, no codes, no value. And I think what Larry, who was a GD, so anybody from the other side to be, yeah, it's a couple people out here that would have the balls to try something at least. And old school ain't moving like you used to. Like Usher said, it ain't jumping like you used to no more. Pause. And I mean, you know, first of all, for him to get out and go back to Chicago would be crazy. Then for him to get out, go back to Chicago and think that he still got the same juice to be insane. So hopefully he's been able to keep abreast to what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? And if he was to get out, because he's not out. That was the main point of this. Everybody thought that when they said Trump pardoned, it was kind of a part. It's like a partial pardon. He pardoned him from the Fed charges. Not totally. Still got 200. He still got dinosaur years in state charges, which could be, reversed or appealed or maybe time served, commuted. But even if that, like if they were to knock 150 years off, if you still had 50 years ago, y'all probably could have just left them in the feds. I ain't gonna even lie. You take my life sentence away, you say, okay, you ain't gotta do life, but you gotta do 200 years. Who living 200 years, chat? The man already done 89 years in jail. I think he learned his lesson. And if y'all worried about him having too much influence, that's something that y'all ain't even got to worry about, because these YNs ain't listening to nobody. They ain't listen to their mama, they preachers. They ain't listen to their grandmas no more. Know why? Because the grandmas in the club twerking with the daughters now. So we ain't got to worry about the Larry Hoover's influence, because you can't even influence these YNs. They antennas don't work. They done smoked their antennas off, man. YNs and smoke their antennas off, man. All these drugs and pills that they taking, don't worry, their antennas and receptors don't even work. So don't even worry about Larry Hoover influencing nobody. I'm pretty sure Larry Hoover just want to come home, get up under something real nice and soft, and see his grandkids, man, before he get up out of here. Okay? But salute to him at least getting that the life sentence, the life without. Because how they had it, he was supposed to die in there. And I'm pretty sure they upset that he ain't already died in there, honestly. Now, the NBA Youngboy thing, I was confused because I was like, dang, I thought NBA Youngboy was already out, so forth and so on. But they explained to me, yeah, but he pardoned him and cleared the record. So now he can travel. He can probably get the passport now. Now, the gun, I don't know. Firearms and all that, I don't know. I hope they ain't took it that far. Like, his party need to come with some stipulations. Y'all saw that last mugshot he had? He looked like he lost his damn mind. To me. Him and YWM Melly, whatever, the Melly boy, them two right there, I be feeling, every time I see them, and I be feeling like they did whatever y'all say they did, man. YNW Melly and NBA Youngboy mugshots make me feel like they did it every time I see it. That's why I be saying free nobody. Because don't nobody be looking innocent. I don't ever say, listen, two things you're going to never hear me say is free nobody and RIP nobody. Because I don't be knowing what you did to get smacked. You could have smacked 3-4 people and hit a baby or something in your last little spin, your little slide, your little spin the block. You could have accidentally smacked the baby. Now I'm talking about free you. Or you could have did something to somebody's sister or daughter or something. SA somebody's daughter. Because I know somebody play with my family. I'm smacking everything you know. Then coming to get you next. Last. You had to watch everybody you know get smacked. This entertainment, TikTok. Please don't ban my joint. Because I'm talking about, you feel me? Because TikTok will get you up out of here. But nah, two things you'll never hear me say is free nobody and RIP. Because I don't know what happened. Unless it's like an accident, freak accident, age or something like that. I ain't, nah. And then that, to me, that's too much like picking sides. And I just say all that to say, I'm glad that they cleared NBA Youngboy just to travel to get his money. Because I don't think NBA Youngboy did a show in about 6-7 years. Now he got a whole tour coming up. And we just talk about tours and shows at the beginning of the pod. NBA Youngboy, do y'all think NBA Youngboy is an arena artist or a stadium artist? I think at this point he probably could do a couple stadiums, maybe. No. I don't know though, because he got a crazy fan base. But I think NBA Youngboy still falls under the arena. He's definitely bigger than club dates and stuff like that. Amphitheaters, he bigger than that. He more, to me, he even if he's not, okay, I don't think he's stadium level, but he for sure arena and festival. Can we agree that NBA Youngboy is an arena and festival artist? Let me know in the chat. And Trump pardoning these guys just lets me know that he's just really setting it up because he covering both. He covering demographics. He covering for the YNs and for the OGs. Do I think it's a smart move? I think it's a political move. And I also think it's a bigger move for him to free somebody on the back end that we might not know about. But if we do find out about it, he'd be like, I know y'all ain't talking, boy. When I just let Larry Hoover out, boy. I know y'all ain't complaining I just freed NBA Youngboy. I just gave y'all NBA Youngboy a whole summer. Y'all could just go to shows and everything. And another thing, they was saying about the Larry Hoover thing, if one thing about Trump now, I don't think he could just brought Larry Hoover all the way to the door. I think Larry Hoover gonna have to be one of them things where you let cuz out of the feds, put him in the state. He probably gonna have to have good behavior for this term, and then at the end of the term, before he get up out of there, go on, bring him home. Hey, y'all gotta salute. Y'all be saying Kanye crazy and all that, but Kanye had a lot to do with this now. Between Kanye and Jay Prince, he had a lot to do with this. I think more so Kanye than Jay Prince. I think that's why that documentary ain't dropped that they were talking about dropping on Larry Hoover, because that might have threw a monkey wrench in the game. I think that's why ain't no that's why 50 Cent ain't picked up the story yet. Cause as soon as he get out, 50 Cent gonna drop the series too. Don't act surprised. Don't act like we don't know. 50 Cent is definitely 9 times out of 10 dropping the Larry Hoover bio series for shit, for show, for shiggities, for shiggidats. But what y'all think, man? Do y'all think that Trump lost his mind, or you think Trump just trying to play a bunch of the good people? I think it's a dope move, but I also think it's something come with that. Because I don't think Trump cares enough about us, the culture, the hood, the streets of Chicago, the gang life, for none of that. None of that, bruh. To be freeing them. But, I mean, if we can make something out of it, salute to us. Salute to him. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask y'all this, though. Since we talk about pardoning. Who's been keeping up with the Diddy trial? To me, I was at first, and I told myself I was going to keep up with the whole trial, because it's definitely great for the channel, great for all the pages, but it's too much going on, and it's too confusing to me, personally, to me. To me, it's too much. Shut up. You been keeping up with it, Tony? That's what's up, man. To me, it's just too much going on, bro. Like, the Diddy trial. Hold on, y'all. To me, the Diddy trial has so much moving pieces. It honestly, to me, ultimately, is coming off as a big distraction. You do recaps. Where you do your recaps at, Tony? So I can tell the people to check you out too, man. We need to go live and do a conversation on that. But to me, the Diddy trial is just giving big old distraction. They, to me, in my opinion, the only thing they proved is Diddy is just probably one of the freakiest black men that we've seen in this lifetime, that we know of. Publicly, I'll say. I haven't seen. I've seen things that could come off as sex trafficking, sex traffic-ish. But as far as Diddy doing it, though, nah. Okay, yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, you got to do. Okay, yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be nice. Tony, let's put it together. What do you think? Do you feel like that it's been proven of the sex trafficking? Now, even with the RICO, I can see how they kind of could walk. They're walking down the RICO a little bit. If you talk about the people that's testifying, like the forced labor, the intimidation, the blowing up the cars, and see that we would do. Okay, a lot of this stuff is trumped up too. Like when they said that he blew up Kid Cudi's car, I thought they meant like kaboom, like put a bomb under it. Now in the Mazel Tov cocktail, that was gangster. That was a different type of gangster. That was Al Capone, Chicago, Prohibition area, mafia style. Not gonna lie. I didn't even know people even did that. You feel me? But they said the government is using state RICO laws and not federal law. Explain that, Jeff. Because I can see how they painting that, and to me, I don't know. I still feel like, a lot of people say I'm a conspiracy theorist. A lot of people say I be on my fake woke. But to me, I'm a firm believer that Diddy pissed off the wrong people at the right time, similar to Shannon Sharp, and he just taking his whooping. He taking his lashes publicly because a lot of stuff, like even when Cassie got up there, bro, she's saying she still love the man. The way he conducted the business and the ordeals and the FOs and all that. I mean, he was moving like a boss. I will say that. If it was the Rico case and it was that, I mean, Fed Rico, yeah, he moved like a boss. He moved like I don't see the work, I don't touch the work. You want the work, you call her, she call him, she get with them, they get with him, he get to her, and then she'll get to you. Because everybody is there, everybody's saying that everything happened, and that might be what bites him in the end. Because that might be the glue they need for the Rico case. To say that it was a criminal, because everybody that worked for Bad Boy or one of his other companies were the ones orchestrating. And that might, like, not say so smart you dumb. That might be two things that are against state RICO laws. Yeah, true indeed. And I think already they done proved what? But see, even with the kidnapping, though, you can't say he kidnapped you on the 1st of May, and then the 21st of May you was looking for your job, or you was back working with him. Like Cassie's, like, I mean, one time in the case already, Cassie said he SA'd her on like a Monday, and the following weekend they went to a birthday party together and had a great night and had consensual dealings. A lot of stuff that they saying, it's like they almost like pulling a YSL Woody again. Like they're debunking everything that they're proving. Now with the Clark Kent or the Clark whatever they definitely finessing the game different though. Like people are going in there under the pretense of Arbery. That my niece Arbery. Hey, if that is, hey boo boo. If they under the false pretense that people going there to plead the fifth, and then they let them know, hey, if you plead the fifth, you are going to be an accomplice. And they switching that up right on the stand, like, say, what, me? You say, I'm gonna be a what? All right, go on, ask what you gonna ask. I'm gonna tell you what I know about. And that's kind of hurting Diddy, but with him having Brian Steele as a lawyer, I mean, Brian Steele a cold man. Brian Steele is a bad man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like any prosecutor, for real, I'd be like, Brian Steele walk in, I'd be like, dang. He went and got cut. Cause we all thought Thug was gone. Thug got home. Back with Mariah the Scientist front row, all of the games in California. You dig what I'm saying? That boy can go everywhere in the world except Atlanta. And that might be best for him. I don't know. I know. Did y'all see the Cameron interview with the guy, the Punisher? Cam a fool, man. I love. Shout out to It Is What It Is. Shout out to Talk with Flea, man, because Cam might be my new favorite journalist podcaster. Now, Cam was already one of my favorite rappers back in the day, but in this podcast space, he might be more diabolical talking on the mic than he was rapping on the mic. Did y'all see when he asked Punisher, how was the... He just went flat out, hey, man, look, how was the yarn to me? And some people like, he might face backlash. Y'all must have forgot when Cam was on CNN and then he told them, like, man, why y'all asking me about Diddy, man? I don't know bro like that. If y'all wanted to ask me about Diddy, y'all probably should have called Mace. I don't know nothing about Diddy. I don't care nothing about Diddy, but I tell you what, go get that pink horsepower. Cam always been a do what I want, say what I want type. And when he asked the Punisher, how was the kitty? My iPad almost overheated. I said, that's why I like that right there. He asked all the questions that we wanted to know. Like, was she like into it? Do you think she was ever like, digging you? What was Diddy doing? You gotta go watch the interview he had with the Punisher, man. Cam is the funniest guy ever, bro. Like I don't even see how him and Jim Jones fell out. Like Cam, one of them homies I'll have, like, you feel me? Shout out to Harlem, man. You know what I'm saying? My Harlem boys, man. Dipset, you know what I mean? Cam is the epitome of being unbiased and giving the people what they want, man. Y'all need to go check out the interview he did with the Punisher. I can't speak on it because I'm live on TikTok like I want to, but I'm gonna do some more clips and reviews on it. But you know, TikTok could clip me, so I ain't gonna go too far. But Cam was asking the Punisher all the right questions, man. The Punisher to me was giving like, it's crazy. I gotta find his name because I can't keep calling him the Punisher. But he was answering the questions like, look, I went on stand, I did what I was supposed to do. Even his testimony was like, Cassie wasn't doped up when I was there. Cassie gave me the money. Cassie gave me the instructions. Diddy never told me to do nothing. He told Cassie what he wanted. Cassie relayed the message, and it was what it was. He said he didn't really know or see no heavy drug use, and like she was being forced. Like it was more like role playing. Like they was doing a job. He was doing the job. It seemed like she was doing the job. He got paid cash, and she got paid in the lifestyle. So I'm not victim shaming or blaming. I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? But what I will do, and what I always will be fair, and I would have to just look at it from across the board. And to me, it still looked like Cassie was cool with it till she wasn't. And even all this time that went by, it seemed like Cassie was cool till the money and the funds and everything else ran out. And then when it came, and when this whole little Me Too movement came, and you know, people was getting paid out and all that. Maybe it was Pretty Boy Blue Eyes that kind of gave her the notion to go and do that. To really go try to take that. But I don't see why we such like in disarray about this whole thing, because to me it seemed like Cassie was with it. Young Miami, and if y'all notice, a lot of Young Miami clips are popping up a lot lately, and they talking about, you know, that one time when she was beefing with the Gina girl, and she said something that kind of correlates to what a lot of what they saying. When she told Gina, yo, you need to watch who you talking to before I tell Diddy to make you. And that seems on brand for what they saying Diddy had going on. What y'all think? Y'all think Diddy coming home? And if he did come home, do you think Diddy people still like support Diddy, work with Diddy? Do you think Diddy would need to just go and find a little island, do like do like Russell Simmons and go like to where Russell Simmons at? Not Tibet. Where he at? Not the Philippines. Thailand. Where is Russell Philip? Where is Russell Simmons, man? One, he need to go one of them little islands. They got that, you know, I forgot what it is. But it's one of the little islands. Wherever he at, man, one of the little islands that's real peaceful, have a whole lot of hurricanes, whole lot of tropical storm, monsoons and all that. Tsunamis. But where's Russell Simmons? Because that's what Diddy, if Diddy do beat this case, that's what Diddy need to go. I don't think he need to come out, try to drop no album, no song, no remixes, no remakes. He don't need to do Bad Boys 2, South, East, West. He don't need to try to come out and get Revolt back. If Diddy beat this case, Diddy need to go first find a church to join, repent, and give his life to Jesus Christ. Now, I ain't saying be no preacher now, because, you know, they die. Some of them diabolical too. That might be too much temptation for the boy. But Diddy need to sit his ass down. All Diddy homies, they all scared. They all hush mouth. You know what I'm saying? They all hush mouth. I'll be hush mouth too, because you know that they're not gonna take up too much media time with they're gonna space it out. I think Jay-Z might be next. You got folks. I just watched the Freaknik documentary. Luke ain't even Luke, but see, I think Luke might have Indonesia. Okay, he in Indonesia. Well, where over there in Indonesia though? All right, what's the spot he at? That sound right, Tony. Indonesia. They didn't want. the spotlight on themselves. Yeah. Yeah. I Google one of them Rock Nation brunches, boy. I Google Rock Nation brunch, boy. Diddy was at all on. Yeah. Yeah, I think only reason Jay-Z might be safe because Jay-Z still connected to the key players that he need to be connected to. He ain't trying to take over nothing. He ain't trying to sue nothing, and he ain't trying to overthrow nothing. Cause anytime you do that, boy, your ass is grass, boy. You got to know how to just be in your position to be cool where you at. That's the only way to play the game. You got to be cool where you at. Minute you don't be cool where you at, that's where you get under attack. You better ask Offset. Ask Offset. Because right now, Cardi B is living her best life, chat. That was a smooth transition. That's a good segue, wasn't it? Cardi B living her best life, but that might cost her, though. Might cost about $20 million. Might cost her the house in Jersey. Might cost her half of that car fleet. Might cost her spousal support. And if you that busy on the road traveling, it might cost you custody of your kids. Why? Not because she a bad mama. Not because she was even a bad wife. Because truth be told, I think Offset had been cheating since the beginning. She gave him all the chances, though. And you see how that came back and bit her, right? Speaking of biting her, Creek Squad, boy. Whew. Married man. You married. Get back on focus. Okay. So yeah, Cardi B might be learning firsthand why, they call it creeping. Shout out to TLC. Just keep it on the down low. Because nobody else supposed to know. So I creep. Because he doesn't know what I do. It ain't creeping when you posting and you throwing it in their face. Nah, see, that's why Stephon Diggs reportedly, allegedly told Shawty, hey, you doing too much. You posted too much. You need to relax now because I ain't married. I can't lose nothing. If anything, my notoriety, popularity goes up. Y'all don't remember that time when they went to the locker room and asked all them players, I forgot who he was playing for, like, who was the last person you'll want your sister to date? And they all said Stephon Diggs. The boy last name is Diggs, man. I don't want my sister bringing nobody home and their name is Diggs. Dig? Nah, I'm straight on that. You keep your ass over there, brother. That's all I'm trying to tell you. You stay over there. Okay? But Cardi B, she posting, they all on the boat. And I gotta go find this picture everybody talking about. What they talking about was on the boat in the little container. Say it was little bags or something. I don't know what it was. I ain't see it. Allegedly it was some bags or something, but it had to be something. Because they were talking about, man, allegedly supposed to be getting kicked out the team and all kind of stuff. Chat, let me know what was in the bag. Somebody got the picture screenshot, send it to my inbox so we can talk about it when I go live again. But Offset was accused of cheating dang near 90% of the marriage. You seen the man come on stage while she was performing, interrupt the show, propose to her. He got caught cheating plenty of times. And I don't understand how he kept getting caught with strippers. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing would be, if I was a cheater, which I'm not, but if I was a cheater, it would be NDAs involved. It would be, you know what I'm saying, one and dones. It would be a lot of one and dones. You don't repeat offender. That's how we get, see, that's how men get caught. Men get caught because men be repeat offenders. You know you ain't supposed to be doing something. Why you keep doing it? Then you keep doing it until you get caught. Well, Cardi, you ain't no better, baby. Because you must have forgot your divorce wasn't final. And just because you file is not final. Just because you file for divorce is not final. You can't be popping out laid up with nobody talking about you dating and it's your boyfriend. That's still cheating. If we're married, that's cheating. That's adultery. And with that adultery, well, guess what, Tony? If he won't sign, that's still my wife. And see, he know his wife. And I know how them Puerto Ricans be. Spanish, Puerto Rican, Hispanic women, they very loyal until they're not. And when they like you, they love you. He did start it, but now he finishing it. See, Offset, it might have been a lot of alleged he cheating and he doing this. But you see him in the club. He in the club with the girls he cheating with, allegedly. If he's treating with strippers and he's in the strip club, I mean, who's to say that that's his old lady? That's who he messing with. That's who he banging with. I mean, reasonable doubt. Shadow of a doubt. But when you on a yacht, laid up on this man, you taking personal pictures in y'all personal houses and y'all personal way you think it is. I don't think it's going to go the way. No, I don't think it's gonna go that way either. I don't think he's gonna get no spousal support and all that. Now, he might be able to, though. If she's saying like she's saying he broke, she froze the accounts and the money, and she controlled the money, he gonna get some. But I don't even know if they was married long enough. It depends on how long they was married, where they was married, what are the legal laws when it come to marriage in your state too. That too. I also know he got, I will say this, I bet he did delete social media too, Tony. I think a lot of that still, I think some of these laws are universal though. Like the committing adultery and all that, those type things, yeah, I'd be big mad too. Listen, man, I done messed up and did some things and been like, ugh. Especially when you see the glow up. I'm gonna tell you what make you mad. It don't even be the dude that they be with. It be the way that you see them with the dude that you remember that they used to either be with you. And what hurts worse than that is when you see them in the light that you've never seen them glow in with you. Ooh, that hurt the worst. What y'all think hurt Offset the most? The fact that she glowed or glowing up. She glue. I don't even know how to say it. You think he mad the most because she with somebody like what Stephon D just got like, well, he already had stupid M's, about 20, 30, 40 M's. He just signed for those like 70, like 25 M guaranteed. They say Cardi up there ain't there like 60, a 60 ball. You know what I'm saying? They ain't wanting for nothing. Then it's like she done got colder. And I don't know if it's surgery or she just happy. She eating right. I don't know what it is. Them babies done put that, you know what I mean? Them babies done filth out things that wasn't filth out. To me. I think that would hurt the worst when you see your ex with her next and like she doing her best. Like, dang. I done been in that position before. And it's like she ain't never smiled like that with me. Or she used to smile like that with me. She used to laugh like that with me. Then Offset a little, you know what I'm saying? A little ninja, man. Like, that's the worst too, because you can't even run up on cuz or catch the fade or run down on cuz or nothing. You ain't, this ain't like no offense, but you know, baseball player, all them boys be strong in the gym, but this is a football player. You ain't running down on no Stephon Diggs, talking about catching no fade, man. You got to leave that alone, playboy. You can't lose your girl, then get beat up by the new dude. Then your new girl can't even come put ice or a steak on y'all because Drake at the club and she got to go get the check. Because y'all need the check clearly because you trying to get the money. Now, $20 million, they say he ain't got number 20 million, nothing but. For y'all that saying he ain't got number $20 million, y'all out y'all rabbit mind. Because $20 million is more than your whole family, your whole bloodline to see. A lot of y'all, yeah, some of y'all whole bloodline, some of y'all whole Ancestry.com family tree will never accumulate collectively with overtime and working on the weekend $20 million. I think he in his feelings and he just trying to catch a win. He acting like a bitter baby mama right now. Talking about she won't let him see the kids. Man, you can't stop that, man. Y'all still married. And if you going by some of the other rules, like she couldn't be cheating and dating because y'all married, she can't keep them kids from y'all while y'all married. Even if y'all divorced, legally separated, whatever, you could put that in the paperwork to still see your kids, man. You still have almost the same terms of a full divorce while y'all separated to make sure that everything stay in place and in pocket. And if y'all still married, you have more rights as a legally separated spouse than a divorced one, for real, for real. Because legally separated, you still got all the rights for real. Just like on the Breakfast Club, Drew Sidora was saying that when she wanted to divorce her husband, she told him she wanted him to move out, and he said, I ain't moving out, I'll move in the basement. I move in the basement, I ain't leaving this house. And I want 40% of the business that you know what I'm saying? Like you got all kind of rights when you still married. So I think that's cap. And I think that if, you really was trying to pursue them kids like you was trying to pursue your get back, you could get that straight. And yes, Tony, I do agree. Amon Shumpert and Offset are the biggest donkeys of the decade when it comes to the husband and wife thing. Because Tiana Taylor and Cardi B are two women that I don't even see how you could even play. Because like I say, I know how Puerto Ricans and Hispanic, Dominican women are. And them the type that go above and beyond for them. Is they raised like that. They're raised from birth to please take care of their man. So I don't think it's too much that he could have asked for, he ain't get. She used to be a stripper. Stop playing. The stuff she used to do for money for strangers. You don't think he could have got that times 10? Listen to the song, WAP. After WAP, I would have got come on, man. If he was experiencing anything she said, not WAP verse, ain't no way in the world. I would have stopped. I would have been got my act together. I almost got caught cheating one time and I ain't looked at nothing else since. And you right, she did say you can come to the house and see the kids. That's what I'm saying. Offset is cap, bro. Offset is cap. I feel like he's a baby daddy that's bitter. I feel like he messed up to the point he can't get it back. And at this point, I think he just trying to interrupt their peace. He don't want them to be happy. But y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think, man. This has been another episode. I can't wait for us to get back on here and we can go back and deep dive into these topics. I'm going to pull some of y'all up. We probably go live tonight, too. If not tonight, tomorrow. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Should we do tonight or tomorrow? I appreciate y'all. Love y'all to death, man. This episode is out of here. Until next time, peace. Oh, Offset. Stay away from tall buildings and windows, brother. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You might not be able to get that back, but you can shake back, King. Until next time, salute. We out.